Completing the square has a few uses. It can be used as a method of solving to find the x-intercepts, but it can also be used as a way to write something in vertex form, or for when we get to Algebra 2 and you study conic sections, it's a great way to write the equation of a circle or an ellipse and make it easily graphable. So here, we're going to do what we normally do, and we're going to move c to the other side. So we have 3x squared minus 12x equals 36. Now, normally we take half of b and then square it. But the only time that works is when a is 1. So we need to remove that a term, so we just have a normal x squared. So I'm going to divide this side by 3. I'm going to factor out a 3. And when I do that, on the other side, I'm going to write in a 3. And I'm going to explain why after we do this. Now, normally, we would take half of b and then square it. So I'm going to take half of -4, which is -2, and I'm going to square it. And then I need to add it to the other side to keep it fair. So I'm going to add 4 to the other side. Except what you really did right now, and we're just going to show it a little bit on the side, you didn't actually add 4 to both sides. If I square this entire part out, and I have x squared minus 4x plus 4, remember there's a 3 out front. So what you really added was 12, which is why you need to account for the 3 here. So when you, let's erase this all down here, when you complete the square and you have to factor out a term, you need to write it on the other side to account for it. You have to add it to that side because you're not just going to add half of b and squared. You're going to have to add 3 times whatever you did. So let's try this out. Rewrite it as a perfect square trinomial. This part right here is really x minus 2 squared. Let's clean up the other side, 36 plus 12. And that's going to bring us to x minus 2 squared equals 48. Now, if we were going to write this in vertex form, I would bring the 48 over, and I would now know that the vertex is at 2, -48. I know that a is 3, so it's growing upwards at a very quick rate. So it tells you a lot of things. But if you're going to solve it, now, just like normal solving, we want to get x by itself. So we're going to get rid of the 3 so that we have x minus 2 all squared equals 16. And now it just looks like a normal problem. We're going to take the square root of both sides, write plus or minus, and you're going to free what's under the square root sign. So we get x minus 2 equals plus or minus 4. To solve for x, just add 2 to both sides. And x is going to equal 2 plus 4, and x is also going to equal 2 minus 4. So you should get that x equals 2 plus 4 is 6, and x 2 minus 4 is -2. And those are your answers. They're easily obtainable by factoring, but it's good to know how to complete the square when there is an a term. There's going to be another video for what to do when there's a negative in front.